Hey, it is Sunday, and I thought for this episode I would try a little something different. I wrote up a little monologue, and in this episode, we're going to go over the nuances of new versus pre-owned homes here in the Villages, Florida. So, before we get started, I'm not going to sell you anything yet. I'm going to sell you something a little bit, but we're going to get to there's so many different opinions on new versus pre-owned. So first, let's just go over new homes are only available through a sales associate from Properties of the Villages. MLS, we cannot sell new homes. But here in the Villages, the Property of the Villages does have their own inventory of pre-owned homes. So if you want a pre-owned home, you need to work with a sales associate from the Villages. And if you don't have somebody, I have a couple of people that I know that I trust. I'm friends with them. I play pickleball with them, socialize with them. So if you need a recommendation, please let me know. But you also need to have an MLS representative, realtor, to help you with our side of the pre-owned inventory so that you see everything. So let's talk about a new home. So buying a new home is kind of like buying a new golf cart. A pre-owned home, has been around the block a little bit, kind of like a little bit of an aged wine. It's had a few rounds on it. Not that it's worse than a brand new one, but you got a little broken in. You got some of the quirks all picked out, so to speak. So a new home, it's fresh, it's brand new. A lot of them are basic, so you're getting in on a very low price. But everything is shiny and new. The appliances, nothing's ever been used. So that does have some star quality to it. But the pre-owned homes have character. They have a little bit mature landscaping. They might have updated homes, and I'm going to show you some updates like countertops and flooring and closet organizers, maybe a cool front door, maybe a new sliding glass door with blinds inside of it, not the cheap stuff that's put into the new homes. Could have new shades, could have new appliances. So all of those things need to be taken into consideration. People may have put a pool in. So those are going to be the major differences between a shiny new pre-owned home or new home and a pre-owned home that's had some character but has some things added to it, value added, that the new home will never have until you make those updates for yourself. Now, sometimes the new home is the only option for you. But sometimes you need to keep into consideration a pre-owned home, and while you might pay a little bit more, you'll have to weigh out the time and money that you will spend on the new home to get it to looking like the pre-owned home that you may have saw or some updates done to it. I was with a client a couple weeks ago, and we walked into this home, and it was a larger home, less expensive. It needed work. And I told her, I said, what I see in this home here is about $50,000 to $60,000 minimum and about 8 months worth of construction time to get it to where it looked like a pre-owned home that she was looking for. I said, this is now dealing with 2 pre-owned homes, not even a new home, but it's like, do you want to go through that? And that's the moral of the story. If you find the right pre-owned home, you might still have to make a couple little minor updates, but maybe not as much as you have to do to the new home. And, let's face it, while there are a lot of workers here to do it, it does take time. It could take 5 or 6 months. And let me tell you something, haven't had floor put in my house. I was hurdling my sofa for 3 weeks, and that was short, but I was in construction for about 4 or 5 months, and it drove me nuts. I was tired of dust and people. I just wanted to get everything back to normal. So you do have to take that into consideration. when you're looking at a new home versus a pre-owned home. But what I'm going to do for you, because this is incredibly important, we're going to go to the computer and I'm going to show you on the map where the new homes are, because you got to keep in mind, there are some really cheap homes that are still trying to give away down in Dabney and Lake Denham. And it's just because they can't sell them, so they're giving them away. And, you know, just like any business person, that's what they would do. You have to understand bond and taxes thoroughly before you look at a new home. The newer homes in that Lake County section, a $400,000 house is going to have an $8,000 tax bill when you add in the bond and the CDD, and now that CDD is doubling. Is it a bad thing? I mean, it's probably going from $350 to $700, which sounds like a lot of money, but everything that you get for that in the scheme of things is not really that bad, because there are some sections up in Marion County that their CDD is $800. So I wouldn't let that wig you out. It's, you know, over the scheme of 12 months, it's really nothing. But what you have to ask, because sometimes if you don't ask, you don't know how much the bond is on the new homes. I know, and I'm going to show you also where to find that information on districtgov.org, but the new homes, some of the patio villas even are $23,000, $25,000. $330,000, $350,000 homes, they have a $35,000 to $40,000 bond payment. So, you know, you're talking about a hefty amount of money every year. That might not bother you. The bond might not be an issue. You know, it really all just depends on your situation. So let's now, we already went over that MLS, VLS, and I've done videos on that, like this one here. And also, before we go to the computer, I want to talk to you about a couple things. I do have a few listings that you need to take a look at. One is 3331 Thorncrest. That just hit last week. It's a 3-bed, 2-bath. It's remodeled. It's in Summerhill, which is, I'll show you here on the map. It's just north of 466 behind all the shopping there. Natural gas, enclosed lanai. It has a bird cage with the covering over it so you can sit outside if it's really sunny or raining. So that's on the market at $370,000. I also have a very cute 3-bed, 2-bath courtyard villa over in St. John's, which is a great location in between Brownwood and the new Eastport. Tile floor, 2-car straight and drive garage. Again, in St. John is a Charlotte model for $411,900. We just dropped that price. I do have open houses this week. Today is, ta-da, September 1. Yeah. Oh, the big 6-1's coming just around the corner. Anyway, so so that's a Charlotte model over in St. John for $411,000. Oh, open houses. That's what I was going to say. I have open house on Thorncrest on Wednesday, whatever day that is. This Wednesday from 11 to 2. And D'Alessandro, Katie and I will be at the open house Friday and Saturday from 12 to 2. So be sure to stop in and say hi. All right, so let's go on over to the computer. We're going to look at the new area where all the new construction is going on. And also we're going to take a look at some of the pre-owned homes. Now I say the Fenny area, Fenny, DeSoto, McClure, Linden, Monarch Grove, Marshbend, DeLuna, Hawkins, St. Catharines are all going to be St. John's. All that section is all hot areas. When Eastport is completed, and I say it's about a year, we are now going to be between Brownwood and Eastport, where everyone right now wants between Sumter and Brownwood. We are going to be sitting with the new shiny penny down the road, and I do believe our property values will go up. Now, that is my opinion. I don't have a crystal ball, because if I had a crystal ball and I knew and had to predict and manipulate the future, I'd be on the beach of Brad Pitt right now, but hence I'm not. So, all right, so let's go on over to the computer and let's look at the new areas, the new construction. And also, yeah, I know I keep saying I'm going over there and I keep talking. If you don't watch Gold Wingnut, you might want to tune into his channel. He does an amazing job with his aerial tours. He talks all about construction and not just residential. He talks about all of the commercial that's coming in and all the plans, and he is running for commissioner. So when you go to vote, maybe you want to vote for Gold Wingnut. It's a political kind of endorsement, I guess. Look at that. And that's unsponsored. All right. So yeah, let's go over and take a look at the new sections compared to the pre-owned sections and what you can expect from new versus pre-owned here in the Villages. Down here, here's the Turnpike. This is 44. So this is all south of 44. So the new section, this is the Lake County portion, which is Newell, Dabney, Lake Denham, in through here. These are where you're going to find some of the homes that are very much reduced on the Villages website. But I want you to see, and this is Bexley Trail, this is Moultrie Creek, Shady Brook. This in here will be Well Point and a couple other villages. This is the bridge going across to Sawgrass Grove over here. So, but, and why I'm talking about, so what you need to know is when you're going to buy a new home, newer here or new down here, this will be Eastport. So once you are down here, there still isn't any shopping stores. You have to go into Leesburg or Wesley Chapel or into Claremont, because the closest, so down here, you have to go way up here, the closest supermarket is right there. That's Magnolia Plaza. Then we get up to here, this is Brownwood. So, you know, you're talking, this is a 6-7 mile, let's see here, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna Google, here, I'm just right here on the Google Maps. All right, so we're gonna look from, let's say Newell. From Saluki Recreation Center. There it is. And we want directions to Brownwood Paddock Square. So this is a 15-minute car ride from Saluki, which is in the newer area, up to Brownwood. So that's probably at least a half an hour by golf cart, which might not be a big deal because Eastport is right here. But I keep saying this section here is where you want to be. Oops, this is Fenny. Marsh Bend is over here. McClure, DeSoto, Monarch Grove over in here. Because in a year, this area here is going to be the hot spot because it's what everyone wants right now. Brownwood to Lake Sumter Landing. This section here, I think, is going to be replaced with this section here. You're going to find higher bonds down south here where all this new construction is. This is Wildwood tax base here. Over on this side, this is still Leesburg. So, you know, their prices in all, there's homes in all different price ranges. You're definitely looking at higher taxes, higher bonds. So consider that when you're looking for a new home. Hey everyone, well, thank you for watching this episode. I hope you found this information informative. And if you do have any questions, you know, you call me. I'm your girl. Call me, text me, email me at Robyn Cavallaro. I'm a realtor here in Florida. Thank you for watching. And until next time, I'll see you.